brought from any other adjoining state.
That is, both elections were inconclusive first ballot. Will this time be different? You will get answer on November 16th, all things being equal. Mia Ogidi, NTA News.
Our next report from Mina says the Nigerian army says it remains determined to end cases of kidnapping, armed banditry, cattle rustling, and other acts of criminality in the country.
And other criminal acts in the northern region of the country. The Nigerian Army's determination to rid the country of criminal elements that have been threatening the peace of the country gave rise
and neutralize all security threats.
In addition to checking activities of criminals, General Farouk Yahya says the exercise also seeks to focus on building civil-military cooperation in order to obtain vital information from host communities, which goes a long way in enhancing operations. Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, represented at the event by the Secretary to the State Government, Ahmad Ibrahim, geopolitical zones of the country. In Mina, I am Fatima Usman, NTA News.
More on security. Counter-insurgency operations in the northeast sub-region has received a boost as the Nigerian Army holds religious enlightenment seminar in Yobe State. This is aimed. Yunus Suleiman reports that religious scholars at the seminar were unanimous that the new approach will help in winning the current war against terrorism in Nigeria.
It has been 10 years since the war of Boko Haram insurgency began in northeast region, with Nigerian military deploying kinetic means of executing the asymmetric war during this period. With a theme, countering insurgency and violent extremism in Nigeria through authentic religious enlightenment, the seminar, which is a paradigm shift from the old norm of fighting the war, seeks to, among other things, leverage on non-kinetic approach by depicting the true teachings of both Islam and Christianity to counter the insurgents' wrong narratives, with a view to discouraging youth from being recruited and indoctrinated into terrorist groups.
We hope and pray the government at all levels, local government, state level, and even federal government will key into this so that people will be mobilized and start preaching.
By incapable and misinformed individuals who have limited knowledge of true teachings of Islam and Christianity. Their various presentations, religious scholars were unanimous that all hands must be on desk to convince combatant members of the terrorist group through verses from the Holy Scriptures to surrender and lay down their arms for rehabilitation and reintegration into society under the Operation Safe Corridor of the Nigerian
State.
Over the exhibit to the team of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, representative of the Commander NNS Jubilee, Navy Captain Adelotun Ayo, said the trucks which are suspected to have been used for bunkering and other illegalities were impounded at different times and locations across the state. He maintained that the action was aligned with the professional ethics of the Nigerian Navy, who, according to him, are not to prosecute but mandated to hand over such items to the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps or officers of Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, for further investigation and possible prosecution.
We've been doing what we are constitutionally empowered to do, which is security of the waterways.
The Akwa Ibom State Commandant, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Adeyinka Fashu,
to change negative narratives on the armed forces in some Nigerian films. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details on what the partnership entails.
Two films with similar content but different themes. The first promotes the might and capacity of the nation's security agency, while the second, a Nollywood production, features negative conduct of the personnel of a Nigerian security agency. This civil-military relation workshop, organized by the Defense Headquarters, intends to urgently ensure Nigerian movies project concepts that enhance national interests.
We are going to project them through the lenses of all of
between filmmaking as a process and the military as an institution.
Why do we see America as number one? Not because there are no ills in the military or in the forces of America, but because
that's the nation against internal and external aggression. Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, stated this at
the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Baba Abubakar.
Have a clear understanding of all the issues.
Possibility of the German assistance team to support us.
Campaign against smuggling with some 104 million naira. Comptroller General of Customs, Colonel Hamid Ali, disclosed this while on a visit to Area 1 Customs Command, Port Harcourt. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
The seizure followed a tip-off and in furtherance of Nigeria Customs Service ongoing partial border closures. The Comptroller General said the campaign is intended to protect local manufacturers and grow made-in-Nigeria products. 32 packages of pangolin scales concealed in 2 wooden pallets, 10 by 20 feet containers of tomato paste, and 20 by 20 feet containers of canned mackerel fish were confiscated. The custom boss is worried that most of the smuggled products are not only inimical to the Nigerian economy, but also injurious to the health of the citizens. He appealed to the public to provide useful information to the service to stem the tide of smuggling in the country. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amadi, NTA News.
Now, after about 2.5 years of grooming personnel of the Nigerian Correctional Service in de-radicalization strategies, the European Union is pulling out. This is to pave way for the service to integrate the operations with the dictates of the new Correctional Service Act 2019. Victor Azu tells us more.
A warm welcome for this European Union team. For 30 months,